It's gonna make stuff stick to it.
We only have 2 udders.
Mm-hmm. What is up, guys, and welcome back to Buckshot Acres, where we do things half-assed. We're gonna start the day off by checking on Snowball and her mother, making sure she's all right. Always got to have the crew with us, obviously, that follow us around. Nothing wrong with having 5 big cocks around us, I guess. Anyways, here's Snowball. She's doing well. She's been thriving, weirdly enough. She's a trooper. She's been killing it in the cold. She's been actually starting to eat hard food already. Don't know why, but Mama's here trying to keep up with her milk intake. We got Snowball some milk replacement just because her mom seems to be in pain. Her udder is a little swollen and it's kind of uneven, which is apparently kind of normal if you have a baby preferring one side of the udder. And she has not been letting Snowball drink from her udder recently. Every time she goes for it, she kind of hops away and jumps away and moves away from her. And recently I tried to grab it just to see how she's reacting and if she's in pain, and she's clearly not having it. So I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm going to Tractor Supply and asking the local employees there that seem to be pretty knowledgeable, luckily in my area. So we got her some udder balm so I can coat it. It's kind of like Vaseline in a way. And got her some extra prebiotic and probiotic treats, and that's what we're using here today. So hopefully that'll help her a little bit, because it doesn't look like she's clogged or anything yet, but it is definitely uneven. As you can see, it's a little uneven kind of right there if she doesn't get in my way. But hopefully those treats are going to help her kind of get her nutrients back. She's definitely not dehydrated, so we're not looking at the electrolyte route. And then I got milk replacement because I don't know if the baby's eating enough or if she's getting enough of her milk because Mom's not letting her drink. So that's what I'm going to try today. But before I do all that, right now, I'm just going to give her some food. Keep her eating. The baby eats from it. She still looks like she's doing well. So here's Snowball hopping up and Mom trying to eat. Watch out, guys. See, Snowball goes for the food. I don't get it. She was born January 9th. Thank you for that. She was born January 9th, so I don't know if it's normal for her to start eating this early, but she's definitely picking at it, and she is extremely curious. That's just how much food I'm going to give her for now. I'll probably give her more food later today whenever I take care of her udder situation, and I will drag my girlfriend outside to help me with that so I don't get kicked in the face. But I got quite a few chores to catch up on this weekend. There's really no specific thing I'm trying to get done today. I know I'm gonna brush hog today and kind of show y'all how that looks before and after, because I have a ton of overgrown brush around the pond. I definitely have overgrown brush on the back side of the property, near the deer feeder and the area where I had all the tree line mulched down by mulcher. But that's what I think I'm going to tackle today, along with some grading of the front yard, just to try to level it out a little bit. But if you look over here, this is all kind of overgrown around the pond, and it is fairly dry, and I'm hoping the tractor doesn't slip or slide as I kind of tackle this. But I think that's what I'm going to take on today. If y'all look closely, You can see the ducks, but you might be able to see the turtles that are in the pond that are hanging out. I don't know if you can see them, but they're about over there. I was skeptical about putting the ducks in the pond because I thought they would just disappear and not come back, and they sure as hell did that for a couple days and came back. But they've figured out their routine, and now they're very consistent on staying in the pond and going to eat their food and then coming back. So I feel confident that if I was to get more baby ducks and brood them long enough to get them out on the water, that these ducks would teach them what to do, where to stay, and how to go get their food, how to come back, and so they don't stray off or fly off. I'm more worried about my chickens flying off than I am the ducks. The ducks, I just kind of like having them around the pond. It just looks nice. It makes the pond look nicer, even though it's not very clean. As clean as I would like it. But that's today's chores. All right, guys. So I don't really know what I'm doing right now, but I'm thinking I'm trying to level out this front area as much as possible. There's a huge slope, so most likely I'm not going to level it out. I got the tractor back there right now. You see that big divot in the ground? Here, I'll show you. That used to be an old rock patio, and I did not like it. Grass was growing through it. It was basically a mess. And so I figured I'd take up all the rocks and just dump them off to the side so I can reuse them later, because they're pretty nice rocks, but they're also pretty freaking big. So I want to kind of clean this up and start leveling out all this over here as much as possible, kind of just make it look nice. Unfortunately, I do have some tree stumps like this that I can't really do anything about. So basically I'm trying to pick up the rocks. I didn't record it because I didn't think you wanted to see me just picking up rocks, but I'm just about done because I've been working on it for a while. And then I'm gonna drag the box blade down here and just kind of try to smooth things out. If you ask me what the plan is, I'll tell you the plan. There is no plan whatsoever. So I'm really just going with the flow of just trying to catch up on things that have been bothering me, things I ponder about while I'm at work. So this is all going to be kind of dirt by the time I'm done with it for the most part. Hopefully I can just get it to get rid of all these weeds and give it an opportunity for new grass to grow back. But I also have to get rid of this freaking dirt pile right here, this road-based caliche. And if I can get rid of that, I can start smoothing things out. I'm clearly not going to get all of it because it's going to be close to the ground. So it'll just get caught in the mix. So that's the route I'm going right now. Do I think it's going to work? Probably not. Probably not. But we never really know if anything's going to work on a homestead. You just kind of go with it. That's my take on it. If I worry about it, then I stress about it. And I don't care about stressing about something that doesn't really need to get done. So let's see how this rock picking up goes. All right, so the goal is simple, guys. Remember, you gotta have a goal. You gotta have your action, you gotta have the planning, everything. Our goal is very simple. Just trying to make nature nature again. That's really all it is. What does that mean? I have no idea. All I am saying is that I do not want to see crappy grass anymore. I do not want to see overgrown weeds. I don't want to see those little blackberry thorns. I just want to see a cleaner, smoother grass, a cleaner, smoother ground, and with the tractor's help, we can get that done. The only issue is we basically live on a slope and it's almost impossible to get it leveled out here besides just making it as smooth as possible. And that's really what my goal is. If you ask me how to do it, can't tell you. Nope, can't tell you. But what I can tell you is if you just go out there and try it, you might figure something out along the way. That's really all I'm trying to do. But if I didn't have this tractor, I probably couldn't get it done. It has been a lifesaver and has saved my back many times, aside from picking up these rocks. It still saves my back, but it's still a pain in the ass to pick up these rocks. Okay, so we got the last of the rocks, hopefully, because those things are heavy. And I really don't want to hurt my shoulder again. But what I have left right now before I even think about grading or smoothing out this ground is I have to get rid of the rest of this caliche right here. That's what I have to get rid of. I don't know if you can see it, but I have to get rid of that. And it's going to be a pain because it's real small. There's a real small amount. And so a lot of it is blended in with the dirt as it is. So I'm probably going to lose a little bit of it, but I'm going to see what I can salvage so I can get it on the road and make use of it, because it's been sitting here for a long time. So I'm ready to just get it off the ground and situate it on this road. So we're just about done. I've kind of got it down to ground level, except for a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is back drag that remaining amount right there. And I'm just gonna get it on this side of the road right over here and see where I can go from there and dump the excess amount that I have in the bucket on this side of the road, just so I can get it over with and get to grading. So let's see if we can get it done. So the caliche's done, and now it's time to make a mess, really, in the front yard. I think I'm just gonna make a mess. I have a lot of mulch that's piled up from forestry mulcher coming out here and knocking down that fence line, so it's gonna be a little weird, but I don't plan on cleaning up that mulch because it'll break down over time, and I can get new seed on top of it and try to get this grass growing again. But this is how the piles of mulch kind of look mixed with dirt. As you can see, there's quite a bit of piles. There's little branches still hanging off from little trees. So I don't know how well that's going to work with the tractor and dragging it, but this is basically how it looks before I went through and dragged it. There's a lot of green grass because I spread seed when I first moved here in November. And it actually flourished a lot better than I thought, but it only flourished on half the front yard. So I'm hoping to get this whole thing kind of looking greenish, or I'm basically thinking about turning it into a raised bed garden area because it's the closest spot to the water source, and it's fairly open now, so I can actually get garden beds in here. I can make a little trail inside of it where we can walk, and it would be a lot easier to keep up with this garden than it would be on the other side of the property or down the hill or on the back side. So I think that's what this is going to be, but that's going to take quite a bit of time and quite a bit of effort. So gardening is my girlfriend's job. She likes it, she knows it. So I'm going to have her take care of that while I do the preparation part for it and building the garden beds. And one of my coworkers is pretty knowledgeable on gardens, so I'll probably drag his giant self over here so he can kind of show us the ropes and what he knows. And then hopefully by the time, I guess, spring, summer rolls around, this place looks a lot better, and it has broken down the mulch and there's a garden growing out here. But the only thing with homesteading is it takes time. It takes forever. And I have a hard time being patient. In this world of instant gratification, I don't know. I'm used to getting things right away. Everybody's used to getting things right away. So we don't really like to wait for things to happen or put in the work to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I moved out here, was because everything was so quick-paced in the city. And I was quick-paced. I was impatient. I had tons of unnecessary anxiety when anybody would text me saying they need to talk. And I knew something had to change. Something had to change about my life. And I figured if I can move somewhere where everything is a lot slower and you have to work for it, not just pay for it, you have to put in the time, the effort in order to see results, I think it would have helped me slow down. And getting out of that hectic lifestyle would have helped me release that anxiety and release all that stress that I had pent up, that I didn't really realize that I ultimately made a norm, and a majority of us make it a norm. What's up, buddy? Look at these guys. The only thing about free range roosters is that they are pretty fun and they follow you around. And everybody talks about having aggressive roosters. Mine are not that aggressive. They're pretty social. They don't attack people. They do make a lot of noise, and I do really want to kill them at 6 o'clock in the morning when they start making noise, but what can you do? They take care of the bugs out here, and soon there's going to be a lot of grasshoppers this summer. Every summer there's a ton of grasshoppers that jump around, and it is insane. You can't walk around without getting smacked in the face by a grasshopper. So I'm hoping that I can have these roosters really just take up all that insect issue that I have out here. But we'll see. This will be my finish line. And then I'll go and rotate to that side. So that way I can divide it in half. The way I'm not taking on too much. Okay guys, I've just about had it. I didn't make a mess. I didn't do anything because I quite literally couldn't do anything. This big pile right here behind me, that is the mulch of oversized wood that is still left behind, and it does not allow me to run through with the box blade. It just gets caught up in it. So I figured I'd just scoop it up and try to get it basically into a big pile, either go dump it on the property somewhere, or I would just burn it. I don't know if I could burn it. I could try to burn it. I don't know if I could burn that close to the road, but we could give it a go. I have a huge barrel of gas slash diesel mixed together. Don't ask why. I didn't have a diesel truck for long. I fill up a gas car 5 days a week, and I made a mistake that quite literally a few people make, but unfortunately nobody makes a video on how to fix it. So I had to figure that out with my neighbor, and somehow we got it repaired. Don't know how, but we were able to get all the gasoline drained out of the diesel tank and get it flushed out, get it cleaned out, and get the truck up and running just fine from that point forward. So that's why I got a huge blue barrel of fuel right outside of my house. Probably shouldn't be there, but it is what it is. So I think I'll just burn that at some point, and I think I'm just gonna put on the brush hog, because at this point I might as well get something productive done, because this isn't going anywhere. All I'm gonna do is make a huge pile of dirt, and I don't feel like wasting the day away making a pile of dirt. So let's get this implement put on. Guys, that took ridiculously long, like way longer than it's normally taken me. Luckily, y'all don't have to watch the whole thing, but god dang. I don't know what really was different than I normally do it. I normally get the top hooked on, and then I get the side hooked on that has the hydraulic, because otherwise that one doesn't really move much. That one was a huge pain to get on though. So now the only thing left is the PTO. If I could get the PTO on fairly quickly, then I would have saved some time at that point. So let's see how long it takes us to get this on. All right, this part here is gonna be the huge pain. Always takes forever to get. That was actually faster than it normally is. That's ridiculous. The hardest part actually took the least amount of time. So guys, I think it's time to start mowing, because I've wasted too much time trying to get this thing on. Hopefully this doesn't get loose, because it came loose. So let me see if I have anything to tighten it with. I most likely don't. That's clearly too small. Oh well. We'll know if it's coming off. Let's get started. Alright guys, we're at the bottom of the property because that pond is way too steep. It's steeper than it looks, so my tractor was kind of tilting to the side. And I didn't want to risk falling inside of that pond, because there ain't no fixing anything after that. So I'm down here at the bottom. There's way more brush up here. It's a lot more leveled, and I can get more work done and be more productive than trying to maneuver around that pond. So if you look here, it's clearly overgrown and kind of goes on quite a while, including the trees that are down. So I'm gonna see if I can clear this up a little bit and open it up and just prepare for better grass to come in the spring. Guys, there's something satisfying about cutting grass, whether it's a small lawn or acreage like this. It's just relaxing. But there's also something satisfying about seeing the complete work that you're getting done. So that's something about lawn care that I enjoy. Like I said, the front yard, that one takes a while to get done and to fix up. But if you look around, I mean, you can see the progress that's been done since we've been out here. And I'm definitely not going to get it all done today. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's too much. There's too much brush in here. I have to keep getting on and off the tractor. I have to keep moving wood, and it just takes way too long. Like, I would like this part cut up over here, but you can see this huge tree came down and basically died right on top of the grass, so I can't cut around here until I get this moved. So there's a few avenues that just can't get cut, and obviously in and around the trees, just like that one, it's not going to get cut. But like we did, we got quite a bit cleared up and opened up. All I'm doing is trying to make room for the wild flowers to come up in the spring and not get choked up by all these weeds, and not have grass be 10 feet tall. Maybe welcome more wildlife out here. But the last thing I got to do is get that mama goat taken care of and get her udders lathered, I guess you could say, and give her some of those treats so she can get better, and see if the baby is getting milk or not. I guess that's the last thing we got to do for today. Get things finished up. All right, like I mentioned, we're gonna put this on the mama's udder to hopefully make her feel better. My girlfriend Kaylee is gonna be feeding her treats so she can be distracted. And I put gloves on because I heard this is hard to wash off your hands, and I don't want to get any bacteria on her. But let's see if she'll even let me do this.
Stop eating my shirt. Come on.
Come here. Oh. Okay, she almost stepped in it.
Goat, come here.
Head down. There you go.
Oh.
I know. It's okay. It's okay.
You're not helping,
Can
honey.
you move? It's gonna make stuff stick to it.
We only have 2 udders.
Mm-hmm. What is she doing?
She's like on the back of you.
So hopefully this will help get all this grass off her. That
Roosters.
rooster just knocked it over. Hey, stop messing with the camera. All right.
You good?
Yeah.
You're getting too big, honey.
You gonna try? Let's see. Yeah, she's not used to this, so. Come here.
1 second.
Ah!
Okay.
It's a lot more challenging than I expected. All right, guys, sorry about that last clip. My battery died on the camera and it cut the video short. So we're gonna start over here at a whole different scene, whole different day. It's actually been a while since I made a video, and that's only because I got tied up with a lot of stuff going on and didn't really have any other projects to fill the rest of the video. And that's my fault. I've really been procrastinating getting things done around the homestead. So I figured the best way to end this clip or in this video is going to be with a little surprise, aside from, you know, baby Snowball and everything we were doing for her. But just yesterday or the day before, actually on Sunday, so 2 days ago, we got ourselves a little surprise when we came out to the goat pen, and we were introduced to these 2 little magical little things. Ignore the mama's piece of wood on her horns. She really liked to get stuck while she was pregnant. And I figured she was going to end up having a miscarriage if she kept getting stuck and being there for hours. But she had these cute little white goats. I'm assuming it's the same father because they look just like Snowball. But she had twins, and I was very surprised because she's a first-time mother. But she's been doing amazing with them, and they were a lot smaller than Snowball was. One is a boy and one is a girl, and they are adorable, and they are getting milk just fine. Mom's letting them get milk just fine. And I finally got a majority of the shelter done, guys. I did not record it. It was just way too sporadic of building between work and the weekends and getting other things done. So my neighbor and I would just come in, do a little bit, leave, do a little bit of work, and then leave. And so it took us a little while. By no means is this architecturally sound. It's got a slanted roof that eventually levels out over here and then drops down. This side of the shelter I can reach, and I'm not that tall. The other side of the shelter is higher because this entire area slopes downwards. So definitely didn't take that into account while I was building. I just put these in the corner just so I could prevent the baby goats from crawling out. But all this plywood is just leftover plywood from when the shed originally blew down, and I'm just using it temporarily to keep this little enclosure in for the mama goat, just so she focuses on the babies and the babies have a chance to get milk without having to chase mom down too far. And it's been working just fine. She's got water right here. I will grab food and put it in that little container over there for her. And I have dairy milk feed right now just so she can produce more milk. And I was able to finally get some hay and set it in this open section here so it doesn't get rained on too much. But they've been going at it pretty well, so they've actually been enjoying it as much as they still want feed. I'm making sure they just eat hay as much as they can so I can save money. And then the last part I have is to finish up this roof right over here, this part of the roof. But as we all know, this metal right here is way too expensive, each sheet, and it's only 2 feet wide and 12 feet long, so it does not go far whatsoever. And a quick update on Zeus. Zeus is a lot bigger than he used to be and weirdly friendly, so he's been doing a great job out here making sure everybody's safe, nobody's been hurt. These goats got a little bit of feed, and here's baby Snowball. She is in her adolescent age is what it looks like, but I really don't know. And I honestly don't know which one's the father, if it's that big head over there or if it's this one right here. I am not too sure. Honestly, they look like Zeus's kid, so I couldn't tell you which is which. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna give the mama goat some food so she can eat a little bit. And beautifully enough, if you didn't notice, I left a little open section for her to be able to reach the hay. And so if she sticks her head out far enough, give me one sec, I gotta get this food. I'm just squeezing through the fence so that way I don't have to go around back and forth. So I just get a nice little scoop, and then if I don't drop it, or y'all are gonna help me a little bit. 1 second. Yes, so she can stick her head between that open section that I left and get some hay throughout the day if she chooses to. And it makes it available to her all day. But I still supplement her with the dairy feed so that way she can lactate and make milk for the babies. And that way she's not having to fight with any of the goats that, just like right now, ran over to try to get her food. So that way she doesn't have to compete with them anymore, and she can get the food that she needs and feed the babies so they can get strong enough to get out on their own and get weaned off properly. So that's really what we got going on for now. I think I'm finally gonna release this video here soon. This is really the last clip I have to edit and put or piece together with the rest of the video. After that, I can submit it and get it going, and hopefully I can get back to a little bit more consistent video taking. I'll do a more up close video of the babies. That way y'all can get a look at them. Right now they're only about 2 days old. If you look closely, let me show you. If you look closely, they still have umbilical cord still connected to them right down there. I don't have names for them, so if y'all have names, please drop them in the comments. I am not great with picking names, so y'all wish my future child luck. I don't have one on the way, but wish it luck, because if it's up to me to name that kid, it's not going to be a good one, and they're probably going to get bullied. So, hey! Oh, I didn't know Zeus could fit right through. Interesting. He just cleared that entire gap. Well, I'm okay with him getting in. He doesn't hurt them. He keeps them safe. He doesn't really take the mom's food. So he's able to, see, just cleared it just like that. Wow. And I thought I was smart. That's what he gets right now. They're taking his food, and he's gonna get mad in a second, or he might not. There it goes. And he'll get them off. And again, he'll just do it enough just to get them off, but he doesn't hurt them. So y'all saw him in action. You get to see babies breastfeeding, I guess, in action, along with a funny looking mama goat and the 2 males coming around. I really don't know who the dad is. I can't figure it out because they look just like Snowball when she was born. But Snowball's starting to get a little bit of a light gray coat to her, and she'll occasionally get some milk from mom, but she's not really relying on it. She kind of weaned herself off pretty quickly, and although she was a little bit more social with us when she was younger, she is becoming a very independent young lady. Yeah, or scared, who knows. So thank you guys for being patient. I really am trying to kind of keep up with everything, and the YouTube videos aren't necessarily taking up a ton of my time. It's more so the work, obviously, and I'm trying to be able to get out here on the weekends, get things done, make some videos of it. I'm actively trying to saw down some of these trees over here. I have my chainsaw right over there. It's a brand new one. It's a Husqvarna 420 Rancher, I believe. 420, maybe? No, 465 Rancher. Yeah. I just got it, so I got to break it in, get it going. Try to get some of these trees cleared up in the area so I can try to section off 2 paddocks for the goats, so that way they can go back and forth between them and allow grass to grow back in areas up until y'all look at Zeus. Invade his privacy a little bit. Anyways, until I basically figure out when I decide to get a dozer to come out here and clear up all the trees in the possible pasture area, and once those trees are cleared out, I can get the soil back up to par and have grass growing and be able to actually rotationally graze these goats. But as of now, the areas that I have picked out for animals are the only clear sections on this property, and until I clear out trees and have pasture cleared out, I can't really rotationally graze them. I can put them through the wooded areas, but electric fencing ends up messing up while I do that. It's hard to put semi to temporary fencing out there because you put in all the work putting the T-posts in and putting the fencing in, whether it's electric lines or whether it's regular fencing. You end up having to take it all down if you want to do anything with that side of the property if you want to clear it up or if you want to do any work on it. So I figured I would just keep supplementing their feed with hay. Okay, other goats were able to get in. Looks like I got to close up. Look at this. I got to close up this section right here because he just hopped in. Hey, can I hop in that easy? I guess I can. I didn't think they had enough room to do so. I didn't think the goat could do that. Come here. Get out. Get out. Get out. Let's see him get out. Yeah, he cleared it. You learn something new every day. Looks like I got to fix up this gap then because I thought nobody else could get in. Silly me. Well, while we're in here, you can see the little babies. They're a little skittish and they sound very funny when they're tiny. Look at that. Look at that. Hello. Hey. The people on YouTube are going to name you. Do you want them to name you? Because you don't have a name. This is the boy? Nope, this is the girl. She's very chill. She's not complaining. There you go. Go back down. Now she's making noise. Go to your mother. Go. Scooch. Scooch. I'm probably going to take that off her head at some point soon. I can technically take it off now. There's nothing for her to get stuck on, but I'll probably close this up a little bit more since I've just seen them jumping it. And I have scrap wood over there that I can use. So that's what I might do. Anyways, guys, thank you for joining. And, oh, almost fell. Thank you for joining and thank you for your patience. I promise I will try to get out more. My girlfriend is being very helpful and she's keep helping me keep up with everything. Look at them. Look at them. I'm trying to end this video and these guys just, they won't stop. Go. Let me get them out. Come on. Let's get them out. Let's get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. That is ridiculous. All right, guys. I'm going to hold tight in here for a little bit until she finishes her food. And let me put it over here for her. Until she finishes her food so that way the other goats don't eat it. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.